What's going on, guys? Mando here, back with another video regarding the Motorola G5 Plus. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, when I review a phone, I tend to want to discuss battery life. I want to discuss likes and dislikes, and then obviously give you my last and final impression. I try to make my reviews as real as possible, as consumer friendly as possible. Most people looking to buy a phone already know the specs, already know what it comes with, already know the bases. But rather than focus on those specs and a kind of fixed, simulated review, I try to give you an honest impression, sort of like a day in the life of how it is to use that device or that phone, right? So in regards to the Moto G5 Plus, I've had this phone for about a week now, and I think it's safe to say that the battery life on this phone is phenomenal. Now, when I say phenomenal, I mean phenomenal. How you decide if a battery is phenomenal is up to you. How I decide a battery is phenomenal is if it can get me 5 hours plus screen on time. Now, 5 hours plus of screen on time on this phone is super easy to achieve. More often than not, I have been getting 6 to 7-ish hours of screen on time with this phone. The more screen on time I get with the phone, the less overall time I get with the battery on. In other words, I have had 7 hours of screen on time with about 24 hours of the phone being on. I have had little over 6.5 hours with the phone being on for about 25 hours. And usually right then and there, I'm always at least getting 22 hours on to 24, 25 and a half. Always with at least 6 hours of screen on time. Now, I'm sure that the 1080p screen helps that a lot. I'm sure that the Snapdragon processor in the 600 series-ish, I think it's like the 635 or something like that, helps with that. Better battery optimization. And I'm certain that the 3,000 milliamp hour battery pack with a 1080p screen all put together gives you excellent battery life. And you know, today's phones, they don't last that long because we're trying to push 4K displays, we're trying to push the bigger and fastest processor. But you know, one of the things that we take for granted is the convenience of being able to use a smartphone. I love being able to just plug my phone in, know it's full, and know that I don't have to worry about it again for the day. And on top of that, this phone does come with turbocharging. Now, it's not the fastest that I've seen, such as the OnePlus 3T or the Huawei Mate 9, but it's quick. I would put it at about like the first or second generation quick charge from Qualcomm, but it is there. And with the battery life as good as this phone, for those of you looking for a secondary phone, and for those of you that are looking to not break the bank and get yourself a really good smartphone that battery-wise is going to last you all day, look no further. The Moto G5 Plus is fantastic. Battery life for me on all my devices is a big deal. It's not even probably. It is top 3 features I look for in a phone. And I put it as a feature, I do. The way I see it is battery life is crucial to how you can enjoy a device. And with the advances in how fast the battery can charge, I feel like battery life is very, very important to how much you enjoy your smartphone. And that's what I look for when I'm buying a smartphone for sure. How much battery life can I get? For example, the Google Pixel, $650 phone, very nice phone. Battery life is horrendous, horrendous. After 2 weeks with that phone, it just wasn't for me. I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with knowing that I'm only going to get 3.5 hours of battery life. I don't care how nice the camera is. I don't care of anything else. It's just something that I know I have to deal with. I know I'm going to have to bring an external battery pack. I know I'm going to have to bring my wall charger. It's just, to me, for everybody's different, I just don't want to deal with it. But a phone like this that can get you 6+ hours of battery life, charge fairly quickly, hey, that's fantastic. So battery life on the Moto G5 Plus is definitely a win. Definitely something that I wish other manufacturers would focus on. Maybe reduce the screen resolution a little bit. We don't even have 4K screens across America's TVs and households like that. We're pushing out 4K content for someone to still see it on a 1080p screen, right, in our house, on our computer screen. So why are we so rushing to put in a 4K screen or a 2K screen just for the sake of doing it? This pixel battle's out of control, and we're moving away from the foundations and the basics of what makes a phone great. Now, that doesn't mean that this is the best phone out there. I'm going to get to that in another review. But in regards to battery life, this is a win. In regards to battery life, this is one of the best phones I've ever had. Period. And I've had phones with bigger batteries that don't last this long. So guys, again, battery life on the Moto G5 Plus, solid. Fantastic. Get yourself one if you're looking for a battery life phone. This is a battery life king right here. 5.2-inch display. Bam. Battery life for days. You already know, guys. Catch me in the next video where I'm going to give you a more in-depth review about this phone, some likes and some dislikes. And hey, it's Nando. Catch you in the next one. Peace.